to get it back. And the way to get it back is to go back to the beginning. You know what I mean?
Baby, now I got the flow. I'm about to pull up. He's peaceful colors. And I've been waiting so long. Now I gotta resurface. He ain't ready to stop. How the better we burn it. Cause I've been feeling cool time. I've been feeling cool time. Turn up.
I've come to the conclusion that I do not believe that the post office wants their problems fixed. It is driving Jay bananas, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I can't grasp the idiocracy, the foolery, the nay, may I say, the fuckery that goes on around the post office. It blows my... Sometimes I wonder who they have in place if they ever made it past 6th grade. Some stuff is just elementary, my dear Watson, but it seems like it's so complex. Sometimes I wonder if I walk up to one of these supervisors and say, hey man, what's 1 + 1? And they count with both hands. Well, I think maybe, could be, you said 1 + 1. Is that 1 hand plus 1 hand? Or is it 1 hand plus 1 finger? Or is it 1 foot plus... Yo, real talk. I can't get it. I can't get it. Let me ask you, Postal family. I'm sure it's going on everywhere, but I just needs to know. I needs to know is driving... Yo, if you got a problem that occurs on a regular basis at your station, at your plant, and it happens the next day, if it happens on a Monday and the same Monday next week, it happens the same exact way, and they make no effort to change it, and they stay on the phone half the day on conference calls with their superiors, but yet nothing changes. This is me bringing my high-pitched voice up. I can't understand it. It boggles my head. What are you talking about, Jay? Y'all ain't get it yet? For instance, every Monday, you, clerk, you know that they bring you mail to sort at the end of the day. And the mail needs to be sorted for the next day. But they always bring it at 5 p.m., right? But you get off at 6 p.m. Then they complain, hey, all this mail needs to be done, but we don't want you at overtime. And they do it, and you get in trouble for it. Then the next week it happens again. And you get so tired and say, hey, you know every Monday that the mail's coming at 5 o'clock, but yet you keep bringing me in at the same time. Why don't you bring me in an hour later? Just an hour later, maybe I could knock out some more of that mail. And they turn around and say no, because it's not their idea. They say no, you get off the clock, off of my clock at this time. You say, oh, okay. But then the next day they want to pull you in the office. How come you didn't finish the mail? Well, I didn't have enough time. You saw the truck came in at 5 o'clock. What is you talking about? I told you last week, why don't you come in? And they get mad at you because you done came up with an idea they ain't think of. But this don't happen with just your craft clerk. Your clerk craft. Your craft. You understand what Jay talking about? It don't just happen with you. It happens with everybody. Carriers. You know how much mail volume you get every day? Unless it's like the holiday season, or if it's a Monday, or yeah, you understand what I'm saying? But yet, the same mistakes occur, but nothing ever changes. Nothing ever changes. Doesn't it bother anybody? Like, it makes your job so complicated. This is what's going on with me. I'm like, hey, the mail handlers, they get out 3:30. They stop working like clockwork at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. They stop doing nothing. The next group don't start till 3:30. They don't start till 3:30. They're not going to get rolling till about 4, because that's just how they work. So my mail ain't going to come out to me to bring to the station until 4:15. Now, if I happen to be there and I get the mail, bring it out to my station, 4:15, I'm leaving. I get to the station 4:45, 5 o'clock. Ain't nobody there. Ain't nobody there. Ain't no clerks there. They ain't gonna work it. They ain't gonna do none of that stuff. And it happens every day. Or, we gotta slow down with the overtime. This is crazy. Well, we won't need the overtime if you bring me an hour later. Let's say they don't tell you to get off their clock at 5:30 or whatever it is, or 6 o'clock. Let's say they say, okay, we're gonna give you 2 hours overtime every day because you came in early. No, not early, but you came in on the scheduled time that you have, right? But then they complain about they got too much overtime. We got too much overtime. It's a scheduling problem. I don't think these people have the capacity in their brain to figure out how to boil water, how to make ice. I don't think they have it. I don't. It blows my, yo, Jay, you just rambling on. No, it don't make no sense to me. I ain't rambling, yo. I ain't rambling. Okay, yeah, I'm rambling. Okay, now, it happens all the time. When will it stop? When they replace these people that they put into the higher positions to do things that they have no business doing. Scheduling is key. Scheduling. Scheduling is almost the backbone of this operation as a whole. As a whole. You know why? Because if you don't schedule the people right, or schedule enough people, the work will never get done correctly. It won't. Because you either don't have enough people, or the people you bring in, they're just sitting around until the work capacity actually starts, which is usually a waste of manpower. And then, when there's so much work at the end, they don't have anybody to stick around to do it. It doesn't make sense. It won't make sense. They can legally, according to the union, change a career employee's bid either, I think it's up to 2 hours either way. So you could either come in 2 hours earlier, or it could be 2 hours later. I could be wrong with that. But if you need to change a person's hours that they work in order to be effective when it comes down to the operation and making this place work efficiently, then why in the hell they don't do that? Why? Why? I'll tell you why, Jay. I'll tell you why I'm talking to myself. Because they don't have the capacity or the know-how to do it. And there are so many supervisors that watch me. I notice because they see me walking in. And if it applies to you, don't take it offensively. Do better. That's it. That's it. Do better. Do better. Because all you're doing is creating more work. You're not helping the organization as a whole. In actuality, that person that wants to work a normal, we struggle to get our bids so we can work 8-hour days. But then you force somebody into 2 hours overtime. Or we work a long time to get these bids, and then every other day you want to call us in the office because the work wasn't done. Well, the work wasn't done because you didn't create a schedule that was effective. It was foolishness. It didn't make sense. And for all the union reps that just sit there and go along with numbers that don't make sense, shame on you. Because if you work the operation and you know what the operational needs are, you should be fighting to make sure that the people that are put in place effectively. A lot of the times, don't take it personal if it don't apply to you. A lot of the times the union reps do things that benefit themselves. And if that's you, shame on you. Because everybody around you knows what you are. Don't think you're getting over on anybody. You're not. You can help make the change. You can sit there and go to management and say, hey, you know, we have people that are doing this. I mean, this is something to look into. I think we should schedule people an hour early so that the people can get things situated in the morning, or we need to schedule people an hour later because in the afternoon we run into these problems, X, Y, Z. And these are the numbers that show it. Now, if management chooses to do things their way instead of meeting you halfway, then obviously it's management problem. We just address management. I don't know what the answer is, but you know what? The answer soon come. when all these changes come, because those changes that are coming will replace a lot of these managers with their foolery, and it may replace some of the people that work there as well. Like I said, don't mistake it for people losing their jobs. But I've watched managers of stations get put down, right back down to PTF status. And why would they be put down to PTF status? Because once you are a career manager, or you've left your craft and you're a manager, and for whatever reason you get demoted back down to your craft, 95% of the time, you got to go back to the beginning. You got to go back to the beginning. That's something to think about as well. When you become a PTF, you lose your seniority. You don't lose your years of service, you lose your seniority. And then you stuck. Then you got to go work with all the people that you screwed over. Think about that. Don't think you're untouchable. The change is coming. This was just a little ramble. This was just a little question. This was just to see if anybody had the same type of situation that happened on at their station. It kind of rhymed. This is JH with a little babble time. We out.